Recognize that there's a motion on the floor in a second.
Decision time for the Irving Entertainment Center. We have to vote and what it could mean for the city.
We'll be up here plenty to get the crowd going and let them know that you got to get wild at a wild match.
Texas Wild Team Tennis in Irving. Hear from fans and players about the fun.
It's really fun because, it's something different and not a lot of people do it.
Secrets of synchronized swimming. At this championship, we find out how the teams use Jell-O. Plus, the inspiring wood carving skills of seniors, what is making our website easier to use, and the big improvements at one apartment complex. This is City Source. Hello and welcome to City Source. I'm Thomas Gandy. Synchronized swimmers show off their championship skills in Irving. That story is coming up. But first, a vote at the most recent City Council meeting means Irving will get an entertainment center.
And Dennis Wood, make your motion.
I move approval.
All right, do we have a second? We have a motion and we have a second. Please vote.
City Council votes make it official.
Charles, can I put a motion on the floor?
After long debate with strong opinions voiced on all sides, Irving will go forward with an entertainment center on this empty land near the convention center. As the plans stand now, the city will partner with the Art Group to develop the Irving Music Factory. It would feature an amphitheater, performance hall, restaurants, retail, and a parking garage. The cost is expected to be more than $164 million, which will come from a complex mix of public and private financing. The city will own the venue.
The staff has listened to the City Council through various presentations. We heard that the council wanted a cheaper project. We wanted a project that was less risky for the city and one that did not impact the tax rate, and this project does all of those.
During a work session before the vote, a presentation outlined more details on the plan. The full version is available on our website.
We feel like what we are proposing is the best package that we could put together that meets all the needs to get this project underway, to not put the city at risk, and to bring about other development in the area, because we do believe that it will spur new development that will generate property taxes for the city.
Irving City staff supported the project, saying it could bring more than 1,500 new jobs, jumpstart further development in the urban center, and lead to the settlement of a lawsuit with the previous project developer. Construction on the Irving Music Factory could begin next year. In other news, 2 local businesses are celebrating the completion of renovations. That's the ceremonial ribbon cutting, marking the completion of extensive work at the Courtyards of Roses apartment complex on West Rochelle. The owner worked to give an extreme makeover to the aging property. Members of the Chamber of Commerce got a tour to check out the improvements, among them new appliances, plumbing, and light fixtures. And the big scissors were also out at Kroger on South MacArthur Boulevard. The store renovated its facade and added landscaping. City Council granted the store a variance, which now allows it to sell beer and wine.
I'm happy to see it. Glad the City Council made the decisions that we did to help encourage Kroger to, do the facade uplifts and all of the reinvestment that they did.
We are always trying to do what we can, especially in South Irving, to better our neighborhoods, to better the areas. And we've got businesses that are willing to put in quite an investment into increasing the look and feel of their store. I think it benefits everybody.
See more from that event on our YouTube channel. That's youtube.com/The City of Irving. The City Council will be considering the budget for the next fiscal year in the weeks ahead, and this is the time residents can make their feelings known about the priorities they would like the city to focus on. Offer input at cityofirving.org/budget input. What is known as the Budget Retreat, where some of the details are ironed out, is set for August 22nd and 23rd and will be televised live here on ICTN. Council members are scheduled to vote on the proposed budget on September 19th. Irving's tennis team, the Texas Wild, just wrapped up its regular season at the Four Seasons Resort in Las Colinas. Ashley Roberts heard from some of the fans checking out the fun.
Tennis fans are ready.
We enjoy tennis and we're excited to see him play.
To see professionals at this level in a nice small venue up close, it's fantastic.
Excitement is in the air, and so is the triple-digit heat.
Yeah, I'm excited. A little hot, but excited.
You staying cool?
No.
Trying to.
But the weather is not stopping fans from cheering on Irving's brand new Milan World Team Tennis franchise, the Texas Wild.
It's awesome. I think it brings a great environment to the city.
North Texans say they are very enthusiastic about the opportunity to watch professional tennis here at the Four Seasons Resort and Club Dallas at Las Colinas.
I think it's exciting. I think it's exciting for the city of Irving, and it shows, diversity in sports in Texas. It's a sports town, so bring in tennis, why not?
So we are really excited, and I am going to be rooting for my team.
Irving Mayor Beth Van Dyne proudly introduced the team at the first home match of the season against the Washington Castles, emphasizing that the Texas Wild is the only professional tennis team in the Lone Star State.
We're expecting that we're going to not only be able to get a ton of national publicity on this, but get a lot more people here.
Milan World Team Tennis Commissioner Ilana Kloss says the new franchise is a great new addition to the organization.
We're thrilled that the team's based here in Irving, Texas. The community's been really supportive. The mayor has been phenomenal.
Kloss says the players are eager to play for a new team in a new city.
And I think the Texas Wild have an amazing team. I picked them as one of the strongest teams in the league.
And fans look forward to watching marquee players, including Jim Courier, alongside many other talented players.
Assam Qureshi is a legend. The guy's ridiculous good. He's a class act, and he happens to be playing for the Texas Wild, and that's a good thing for the Texas team.
We also are going to have the Bryan Brothers come. So the Bryan Brothers are by far the best doubles team in the history of Texas.
In Milan World Team Tennis, teams are co-ed and play a total of 5 sets per match, giving fans the opportunity to watch a lot of great tennis.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm going to catch a ball or two. Should have brought my mitt.
These guys are perhaps the Texas Wild's biggest fans. They are from Wichita, Kansas, and watched the team when they were the Kansas City Explorers before relocating to Irving.
We've been following them since the championship year in 2010, and it's a bit further drive down here to Dallas from Wichita, but we'll be up here plenty to get the crowd going and let them know that you got to get wild at a Wild match.
The guys hope to get more fans pumped up during the Wild's very quick season.
The World Team Tennis schedule is pretty intense. We've got 14 matches. Each team plays 7 home and 7 away matches in about 3 weeks.
That's why the Luke family jumped at the chance to support the Texas Wild. 10-year-old Kylie Luke is an up-and-coming tennis player and has big aspirations.
Yeah, be a professional tennis player someday.
Her parents wanted to expose her to some of the world's best tennis players and dream big.
She just started doing tournaments this year, and she's doing really well, and we thought it would be really exciting for her to see this level of tennis.
We want kids in this community to come out and support their team and dream about playing.
From families to tennis lovers, the Texas Wild is already developing a fan base. And you can bet the Kansas boys will continue leading the crowd to cheer the Texas Wild on to victory.
Go Wild, baby.
Go Wild! Ashley Roberts for City Source.
And some big names from the game of tennis made up that team, a team that did so well in its opening season that they made it to the playoffs. We got to hear from some of them during a news conference at the Four Seasons. Just back from a Wimbledon championship, the Bryan Brothers talked about how the extreme heat we've been having here affects their game.
This is great preparation for the U.S. Open Series. I mean, we were in Europe for 3 months, and it's 65 degrees, pretty mild, and your body kind of gets used to that. So when you come over to this, it's a little bit of a shock to the system. But like I said, it's great prep.
Later, Mayor Beth Van Dyne presented the Bryan Brothers with a key to this city. Now to another sport that drew some of the best to Irving. An international field of synchronized swimmers competed at the North Lake Aquatic Center. Ashley talked to them about what it takes to succeed.
Synchronized swimming is a combination sport.
It's kind of like gymnastics and running track and speed swimming all combined into one.
It also has elements of dance, and athletes practice vigorously for competitions.
We usually spend 8 hours a day to training.
This meet is the 2013 U.S. Open, hosted here in Irving. Teams from all over the world compete at the North Lake College Natatorium.
I'm from China, Guangdong, China.
I'm from Mexico.
Quebec City, Canada.
And of course, Texas, more specifically Irving, is also represented.
I swim for the Pirouettes of Texas.
The Pirouettes are proud to be competing on their home turf.
This is our practice pool, so it's kind of home pool, so we're like, yeah.
Becca Barlow has been swimming for nearly 10 years and says she loves it.
But it's really fun because, I mean, it's something different and not a lot of people do it, so it's easier to, like, excel in what you do.
But it takes hard work to excel and, most importantly, charm the judges. PTX coach Megan Deathridge says the sport is intense and routines can last up to 5 minutes.
So it's like running cross country where you have to be, you know, running, holding your breath, and keeping up your energy from the beginning of the routine till the end.
Synchronized swimming is all about the performance. Not only do swimmers have to perfect their technique, but they also have to pick a great swimsuit and makeup to go with it.
It looks better if it matches and, like, goes together. Like, the suit has to match your routine and, like, kind of show how you swim.
And don't forget the hair. Swimmers put Knox gelatin in their locks to keep hair out of their face while performing.
Which is basically Jell-O.
But what does that do?
It basically waterproofs your hair, and when you get in, it doesn't all go everywhere and come out and stick in your face.
It seems there are many elements to synchronized swimming. Maybe the most important and obvious, staying in sync.
We probably spend the greatest amount of time training team routines because they're obviously the most to get synchronized. You have 8 people competing at one time.
Athletes swim in different categories: solo, duet, trio, or team. It is a competitive sport, and many are proud of their performance here.
It has been a good competition. We have good results in the solo and the duet. We have 2 gold medals.
Technical merit, 5'7", 5'6", 6'0", 5'2", 5'.
Athletes say placing well is important, but win or lose, the U.S. Open is a great international experience.
I very enjoy my experience. There are amazing people. All the girls are very friendly, and the people in Texas are very nice.
Must be the Irving Southern hospitality. Ashley Roberts for City Source.
We are proud to have just unveiled big changes to our ICTN website, ictn.tv. As you see here, it's easier to watch live than ever before. Tabs at the upper part of the screen allow you to switch between ICTN 1 and ICTN 2, where public meetings are carried. Also, there are very visible thumbnails to click on for our most recent and most popular stories. All of our City Source stories can be watched in high definition. Other features on our website include links to our program schedule and social media sites. Check it out at ictn.tv. And while we're talking about getting online, let's get to WebWatch, our most popular and most talked about videos online. Of course, our animal stories are always a hit, so it's no surprise that our visit to the Fritz Park Petting Farm attracted a lot of interest.
I have particularly bonded with this one goat whose name is Obi, and that seems to be one of the kids' favorites. This is a big fat black goat.
And this story keeps hanging on among our most popular: cats from the Irving Animal Care campus up for adoption at PetSmart. In response, Hunter Armbruster wrote on YouTube, "I'm adopting a Persian kitten tomorrow." Thanks for sharing, Hunter. I hope you're adopting, because rescuing is always the way to go. And our story on renovations at DFW Airport continues to draw attention. It has attracted hundreds of new views since our last show. If you missed any of those stories, watch them again at the all-new ICTN.tv. That's also where you can watch us live 24/7. And catch us at youtube.com/The City of Irving. We have about 900 videos for you to watch, and we always like it when you leave us a comment. I think you'll agree that it's always fun to talk with someone who is passionate about his or her hobby. That is definitely the case in the wood carving class at the Heritage Senior Center. City Source reporter Tony Cornett paid a visit.
Someone once said that sculpture of any kind like these intricate wooden carvings, isn't really that difficult. You simply chip or carve away the parts that are not part of what you're trying to create. Sounds pretty easy, right? But it might take decades of practice to learn how to do it. And that's why you'll find these folks here at Irving's Heritage Senior Center every Tuesday morning, carving and sculpting wood together, showing their creations, instructing each other, and maybe most important, having a good time.
We all have good camaraderie, just talking about our lives and then joking, and get your mind off of life in general. You can forget about it for a while.
Jean Priestley came by her interest in wood carving from her grandfather. It was something she'd always wanted to learn, and as you can see here, learn she did. But for her too, it's really all about the group.
We laugh and we talk about old times, and you know, it's just a fun group. And even if I didn't want to carve, I think I'd come up here and visit.
It's a group that has its own dynamic for sure. Only the gathering time and place are set. There's not an instructor anymore because the whole group is an instructor.
Well, it's not really a class. It's just a group. Yeah, it's a group of us who like to carve. And if somebody comes in and wants to learn, well, any one or all of us will help them.
There's incredible talent and skill here. Jean's love of creating small items and animals has yielded these examples over the years. And Bob recalls one of his most challenging pieces.
It was a small piece of wood, probably smaller than this, and it was I made a letter opener out of it, and it has 3 or 4 leaves that are 3-dimensional carved on it. And of course my wife's already claimed it, so it's not mine anymore.
The tools of wood carving are pretty simple and few. Specialized knives that can be expensive, but really need only be sharp and sturdy in the grip of steady hands. Those tools, a choice piece of wood, usually basswood, and an idea can result in a display of collected work like this. The rough shaping at the beginning of a project can really take a toll on the hands, so wood carving does require some stamina, especially for an ambitious project like this, designed by one of the group's driven masters.
People say, why do you do it? You know, and the why is not the important thing. The fact of the matter is, I cannot not do it.
Jody Webb carves every single day, and over 25 years, the projects are ever more challenging.
You can say that.
While Jody talks about his carving's early stages, how about a sneaky jump forward in time to see how it really turns out? Just look at that. It's going to be every bit the masterpiece the wood carving group has come to expect from it. The members all have their own special talents and specialties, but a common love for wood carving and its special place in their lives is really the bottom line for all of them.
I do it for me. And I've had people ask if I would carve something if they paid me, and I don't do that. I don't do it for money, I do it for pleasure. And if I want to carve it, I'll carve it, and if I don't, I don't.
Tony Cornett for CitySource.
Organizers say that this year's Irving Main Street event will be bigger than ever before. This is video from a past festival, but one change this year is that it will be 2 days. The date should be easy to remember because the beginning date is Friday the 13th, September 13th. That night will feature music and a carnival. The fun continues on Saturday, September 14th. That day will also feature a car show, arts and crafts, and more. It all takes place in Irving's Heritage District. Learning continues even through the summer at Irving Public Libraries. Free weekly sign language classes are available year-round, and we checked them out. They can say a lot without making a sound.
I said I'm learning a lot, and it's really fun.
12-year-old Rachel Gonzalez is one of the students in the Irving Public Library's free weekly sign language classes. From beginners just getting started to people who have a lot of practice, all are welcome.
We'll keep it very simple. We call it contact signing. We know we're not signing ASL.
American Sign Language. It's a whole different language, a whole different grammar, a whole different structure. But if we can communicate in whatever level, that's what we want to do.
16, 17.
12-year-old Gretchen Larson started taking these classes so she could communicate with more people.
I read a book that someone gave me about how deaf people that didn't know anybody else that knew sign language, they would just sit there and not know anybody in a school full of hearing people. And it just didn't seem fair or anything at all.
That isolation is something Donna Dominguez can relate to.
I was born deaf since birth. I mean, I can hear on my right side only 50%, and my left side I'm completely deaf. Being deaf is kind of hard too, because like people look at you differently. They're all like, who is she? What is? Like they think we're different. They can make fun of us because we can't hear.
But her determination and knack for reading lips helped her succeed in school.
Now I'm second year in college. I graduated from Nimitz High School in 2011.
She is glad the library offers these classes. Her little sister is now a regular.
She wants to learn because my deaf friends come over and she wants to communicate with them. But I think it's really cute and fun that they want to learn.
They even signed a song, one made popular by Jordan Sparks. The informal nature of these classes mean the students help each other learn.
I've learned a lot. I even have a book of signs that I know.
I-R-T. The idea to offer these classes came after some library staffers started to learn signs to help library patrons who may have trouble hearing.
It's nice when somebody comes in and they don't have to take a pencil and paper and write everything down. If we can just take basic phrases and figure out what it is they need or want and help them get that.
Ears is safe. But up here it's president.
It is a language that can take years to master. But for some of these young students, they hope this will lead them to not only make new friends, but possibly a career.
I want to be a linguist. I'm learning three other languages right now. So I'm learning Chinese, Hebrew, sign language.
Numbers are hard, very hard.
There is always more for them to learn, but they all know this will prove useful, professionally and socially.
I have 3 deaf friends now.
Learning a new language can be fun because I didn't think I'd learn any language that would actually be fun.
Yeah, and those free sign language classes are offered Wednesday afternoon at 4 in the children's area at the Central Library. Find details on that and a host of other programs at cityofirving.org/library. Time now for our Pets of the Week, so let's head out to the Animal Care Campus.
Thank you for joining us for this week's Pet of the Week. First up today we have Chloe, who is a 7-month-old Chihuahua Blue Heeler mix. She is very sweet and very, very cuddly. She is looking for her forever home, and she will make a great asset to any home. Please come by and visit with her today. She's ready to go home and snuggle on the couch on a rainy day. This little guy here is Manny. He's about 8 months old. He is a Chihuahua mix. He came into the shelter as a stray. He was found by one of our animal control officers. He is looking for his forever home where he can play with you all day long. This little guy is playful. Feel free to come by and see him today and take him home to play all night. This little kitty here, this is Charlie Chaplin. He's about a 2-year-old male kitty. He's got a medium length coat and he is very sweet. This is a very relaxed kitty who is going to be very happy in your lap. Please come by and visit with him today. He's looking for a forever lap home.
Okay, thanks a lot, Ashley. The Animal Care Campus is located at 4140 Valley View Lane. It is open Tuesday through Friday from 11 a.m. until 6 p.m. Then on Saturday, the hours are 10 a.m. until 5 p.m. A lot coming up on the next City Source, including a police program for kids with ties to the NFL. Also, people are learning about how a new type of secure social network can help promote neighborhood safety. Email us your thoughts on our stories. The address is ictn@cityofirving.org. We may read some of your messages here on the show or comment on our videos at youtube.com/the City of Irving. And that's it for this edition of City Source. We leave you now with more of the U.S. Open Synchronized Swimming Championship at the North Lake Aquatic Center. Thanks to everyone who was a part of this one, and thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.